Hey, go Ducks! Yeah, I got it playing here so you can watch it, and then I got it playing over there so I can see it.
I like it. What's that score though?
60. I think it's 65 to 53 or 54, something like that.
So not quite enough yet.
60,
Too much.
66, 52.
Yeah.
That's 14 with 6 minutes. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Of the geezer?
6 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these ones
Yeah,
are
game's over.
and then this other one called High Noon that I really like.
This team's not good enough to shoot its way out from 16 points down.
Crazy. Earlier in the game, we were down by 10. It was 20 to 10.
I saw that.
And I was like, this sucks.
That's when I checked in.
Yeah.
I saw that Bailey was like, oh, Biddle hit a 3. I was like, oh, well, let's see what this basketball. Oh, 2010? Fuck that shit.
He hit a 3. Biddle hits a 3, and then immediately checks out and runs down the tunnel. And I was like, oh, he forgot to pee. Like, it's his first game back. And the announcer's like, I didn't see a trainer go with him. I'm not gonna speculate, but that looked like a bathroom break.
Right.
I was like, yeah, he had to pee.
Oh, I still have my work.
Speculate, but let's speculate.
Right. I'm not
still,
gonna speculate. Let's speculate. You still working?
I still have my. I have my work clothes on still, so it looks like you guys have a guest speaker on your show. And with us today is Dave from Umpwa Survival.
Is that what you want to? Is that what you're trying to present yourself?
No, I literally just got home.
Well, I set an alarm to wake myself up at 7:20 to like wake up.
Yeah.
And that alarm did not go off.
Who are you, me?
What are you doing
like,
taking naps? Come on,
That's
man.
my move, dude.
Oh, we're about to hit a 3 because ESPN's score tracker is ahead of my game.
Oh,
I'm assuming it's a 3 or
and 1.
And 1. Nope. From way downtown. Bang! Yeah, let's go.
Bang!
In his face.
Did you see our bench? He just yelled, "You suck."
Oh shit, we're up 20. I thought we were down 20.
Oh, no. We put on a little bit of a run there.
Yeah, I see that now. Okay.
That's why I said we were down by 10.
Yeah. I was a little hangdog thinking,
Shooting 80% this quarter or half.
Good gravy.
Right? Like that's how you get up by 20 points.
Like
we
young
started,
gravy.
So we started pressing, and
Natch.
from our press, because Arizona State was pressing us, we handled it better. Like we handled their press well, and they didn't handle our press at all. So we just fucking kept it up. And from our press, we're getting rebounds and outletting fast, and it just creates quick offense. And that's how you shoot 80% because you're shooting this far from the basket.
Or you're shooting wide open looks.
Right. Oldest player in the Pac-12. Dang.
Bo Nix.
Kusnard was born in 98. Man, I keep catching myself. I'm about to say words I'm not allowed to say on recordings.
Well, you can just bleep them out.
Yeah,
it's more work for me.
I cannot. I cannot wait to just walk the dog on the Huskies.
It's gonna be good.
Because they got their quarterback coming back, and they're all hopeful now.
Their quarterback? The kid that transferred?
Yeah, he came back.
Okay, well, good luck with no line and no receivers to throw to.
And no running backs.
Mm-hmm.
And no defense to keep you guys off the field.
Right. Like, you guys are hosed.
You're boned.
3 minutes left, up 20. Let's go.
So, I'll talk. I guess I could talk about the hockey game on the podcast.
The one you went to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Went to a hockey match with Nolan. Going to another hockey match next weekend.
In hockey, they call it matches too?
Oh, they're games.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard it called a match except for by you, but maybe I missed it.
No, I've never heard anybody call it a match. I was just trying to be annoying.
You said match last time too.
Did I?
Yeah, last time we talked about hockey because I thought it was odd.
Well, now I'm gonna Google. Do
Okay.
people say hockey match?
I really hate it when my barber trims my mustache is short, because you can see like different sections where it doesn't grow, like right there.
Oh yeah.
And right there, it's like I got this and then this and then
It's like
in between.
It's like the Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. It's like
Except
a connect the dots draw mustache.
I like this part in mine where it's just non-existent, or the part where it's just blonde.
Right.
Always fun. I need to trim it though. I've noticed like this is do this. Get very
Well, I knew it was time to get a haircut and a beard trim when I walked into the room and my mom says, "Wow, you look like a fat homeless person." And I was like,
I like how your theory was I should get a trim, not I should lose some weight.
Right. Let's be realistic here.
A trim happens overnight, you know?
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm just gonna buy bigger clothes.
I think I'm gonna go to the Arizona game with Bales on Saturday. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I would totally go if I didn't work that day.
Yeah. Well, Jake was gonna come down, and then the ice apocalypse hit.
Yeah.
Totally fucked all my plans. Yeah, because my friend's fighting this weekend, and I was gonna go.
Yeah.
Well, if you come down a different week, and we will start some fights. Your friends will still be fighting.
Right. Well, also in like 4 weeks is the Oregon Loggers Conference. You could come down for that.
When?
The 27th.
Is that Saturday?
Yeah.
I can do that.
From 9th to the 11th, there's the Douglas County Gun Show.
Oh yeah.
Show.
I know the kids would love that.
Well, I mean, I got to work that.
Jake, if you bring wood all the way down to me, I will fill up your car in Roseburg.
Is it February 27th or the 27th?
February 27th. 1 month from this Saturday.
Let me see if that's a dead period for basketball. Because we got 2 weeks that we're not playing in February. I'm not sure which 2 weeks they are.
I wonder what they're saying about Dylan Brooks, because that's interesting that they're talking about him. Dylan the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was really good at Oregon.
He was. I mean, I enjoyed him watching him play in the NBA so far, but he's just too much of a Grayson Allen a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he's in Houston, it seems like he's toned that shit down.
Like, I love Dylan Brooks because I liked watching, and you guys know I don't watch a whole lot of basketball. So, but I watched Dylan Brooks play at Oregon.
Oh, I just realized the mic was sitting over there. Nobody said it.
Now we can still hear you.
Yeah.
But him in the NBA, like, I find really annoying. Because I'm like, you run your mouth a lot and then don't stop the people that you run your mouth about.
He was really trying. He's really been trying hard to make a name for himself in the NBA, but he made the wrong name.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. He's
really Draymond Greening it up.
without the championships.
Right, right. Like, you can be the tough guy on the team, but the team also has to have like skill players.
Yeah.
And he also wanted to fit that role.
This isn't the era of the goon in the basketball. Yeah.
Correct.
22 to 24. Gotcha.
They're gonna make a goon 3, but it's gonna be basketball and Dylan Brooks.
They're just gonna call it Poon.
And then somehow Pootie Tang and Stifler both show up.
That laugh Jake just did right there reminded me of the start of Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah, that's
well
now. We call that the act of mating. There are several other differences between humans and animals. I'm gonna try some alchemy here. Let's move that over there.
Dwight, are you turning that money into more money?
Are you talking about alchemy?
Oh man!
If you ain't investing in land, you're dumbing in a dummy. Yeah. Like that. Take that. And also, it looks like I'm looking right at the camera when I'm looking at you guys instead of doing this thing.
Right. That was one of the things, like, when Destructigun has his setup, he's like this. I'm like, all right, Hitchcock, we're over here.
He's like, hey, guys, how you doing?
Well, that's why when last time we had him on, I looked over this direction for a while. And I would just talk. Like, hey, what's up, guys? Oh, I can't see what you're doing.
What was the name of the guy in Grandma's Boy, the robot dude?
What is his name?
Oh,
fuck, I'm looking it up.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to Google it really quick because it was like him sitting like that reminded me of him in that super laid back chair when you walk into the office and Aphex Twin is playing, and he's like,
sit on my face. JP.
JP, that's right.
Yes. Oh, my doll is such a whore. Can't believe it came on my mom.
Can't believe you came on my mom.
No one fucked with a lion, bro.
Dude, that movie just popped up on Hulu.
Oh, I might throw that on later. I like that shit. That was a good one.
That was a good one. I don't remember how I discovered it, but it was just one of those that just.
I remember watching it because it was an Adam Sandler produced, and I was like, it's gonna have to be good. And then it was just hilarious.
Donnie.
High score. What does that mean? Did I break it? Like, there's so many lines we say from that movie still.
Mm-hmm.
And without even really realizing it, too.
Right.
Why don't you go get another burrito, Todd?
Why don't you get another burrito, Todd?
We ought to see, like, one of these times, start a tally. See if we could figure it out, like a way to figure out what are, like, the top 10 most quoted movies by us.
Wow. Well, I feel like Tropic Thunder is going to be there.
Could be.
Yep.
Hot damn. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many things that we say that are just like.
Well, just you. The I know who I am. Like, we'll say that all the time.
Just apropos of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? I know who I am.
I said Nance.
I said Nance.
Right? Yeah, I said Nance is a big one too.
Who left the fridge open? That last one I remember was who left the fridge open. Was Jake sent me a picture?
I say that a lot. I'll also hit you with a Cool it, Benson.
That's a theme song from the Jefferson.
Don't make it not true.
Don't make it not true. Call up some of these greens. Ha!
You know, it's
I will occasionally hit a hell yeah, ha!
Hell yeah.
Right. So I saw an interview with the guy that played
the dude that's playing the dude.
Yeah, the dude that's playing the dude. And they were interviewing. It was a podcast, and he's talking about like back then it was just cool and funny, but everyone in the cast kept telling him, "Doesn't this make you mad?" Like the whole time they're shooting.
Yeah.
To try to get him angry.
Didn't I just send that to you?
Did you? You might have sent. I don't know if you sent it to me, but I did see it.
I definitely sent it to Jake.
Well, it's probably in the. Dude, I actually had work to do today.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, because the bosses is coming.
Yeah, well, that I'm all doing next week. I'm gonna go get some fucking chemicals from the $1.25 tree. The 4 for $5 tree.
The $1.25 tree really doesn't have the same ring. Ducks win by 19.
All right. Well, they let him come back a little bit.
States.
You gave him the old Kim Kardashian.
What, they sold him on tape?
Yeah.
She got a little cum on her back, right?
Hey.
I really do enjoy, like, as much as I like shows like Office and Parks and Rec and Community, I almost like the outtake clips better. Because there always someone says some unhinged thing.
Yeah.
Like off the cuff, and everyone just loses it. Like that makes me laugh even more than
what
originally made me laugh.
Like that one's up there. Maybe having connectivity.
Yeah.
That's also one of the best ones.
When he's so good.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, season 7 of the Superfan episodes right now, The Office, like a lot of the jokes, like, why are they cutting these? I'm like, why are they cutting some of these jokes?
time.
Yeah, it's like, and I don't know, even still, as I'm watching it, even with the deleted scenes, I'm like, they're not redeeming Jim and Pam at all. They're just letting them go. Like, even the deleted scenes make them more dicks to each other, to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, they just let them go. They let them go full asshole mode.
Right.
It was interesting. Like, listening back to the Office Ladies podcasts, I don't think they realized how good the writing had gotten to that point because they're so invested in it. Because I felt the writing was still good in seasons 8 and 9, but you just didn't have the characters that you didn't have the structure that you had before.
Right.
So
Season 7 is peak Office.
It really
you got
is.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. I did want to go back and rewatch Community again. Community for me is number 3 in that Community, Parks and Rec.
Community's pretty
Office.
good.
Like, it's pretty good, but it is number 3 in the to those other two.
Yeah.
But that's also the one that I've watched least.
Well, Joel McHale's a fucking husky, so fuck him.
Yeah, that's true.
When Childish Gambino left the show, that was pretty much when I stopped watching.
Mm-hmm.
It was also the same time that the Community wasn't on the same time as The Office. Like, The Office was on, and then Community, then Parks and Rec. Well,
it was like the sandwich
The Office
show.
was done because Community started during season 7, I think, of The Office.
Mm-hmm.
And then by season 4, well, there's no Office to pull me in. I might watch Parks and Rec, but even then I was like, I didn't care that much. I watched Parks and Rec later.
Yeah, I didn't watch Parks and Rec at all until it was completely done with. And I was like, all right, well, it's the same style of comedy. I'll watch it. Even still, the 2 roles I like Amy Poehler in are Leslie Knope and the sister or the brother fucker on Blades of Glory.
Yeah.
With
Blades of Glory is a good movie too.
Because Will Arnett is just fucking unhinged. I love that dude.
How long did we say "I'll get in your face"?
I'll get inside your face.
Yeah, I'll get inside your face. Like, we said
that's
that
another one
a lot too. I don't know, but it gets the people going.
It gets the people going. Well, Jay-Z and Kanye really helped that one.
Yeah.
Let's see what other.
That's one I need to watch again because
I made
I've
Jen
seen
watch
it,
that.
but yeah,
she liked it. It was good. Yeah. Watch my super hot ice slide or icy hot super sexy slide. It's like, it won't hurt because you're flat in front like Ken. I love that whole voice that he does in that. The whole, I'm Chaz Michaels.
Right.
What was it?
God, Will Ferrell was so funny.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like he definitely did the comedian arc though, where no one knew who he was for a little bit. He got huge, was in everything for a while, made a ton of money, and then was like,
they did Bewitched.
Yeah. And then just kind of, like the same thing Kevin Hart did.
He was doing everything though, because he was just like, I
doing
can't
everything.
fucking lose.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, you can't hate them for it because acting, especially if you're not like a Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, you get this much time. So getting everything you can.
Yeah.
If it's good, if it flops, it doesn't matter. Get that paycheck.
Especially if you're someone like Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I got clued into Zach Galifianakis when he was doing shit on Adult Swim with Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. And so he was doing this way out of the box, like comedy shit. And I thought it was hysterical. Then I saw his stand up and when him at the Purple Onion, because I saw all his shit on Adult Swim. I'm like, oh, Zach Galifianakis has a stand up special. So then I saw it. And then when I saw he was in The Hangover, I'm like, holy shit. My little baby Zach came all the way from the Petey Green Machine all the way to the fucking Hangover.
I knew him from stand-up before most of the stuff.
when Hangover came out, I was super confused because I recognized him. And then it wasn't until years later I rewatched Out Cold. And then I was like, that's where it is. Because I didn't know any of stand-up or any stuff, but it was Out Cold. And I was like, yes, because his character in Out Cold, like, I was always like, oh, I'd do that shit too.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, like I try to liken people to their comedic counterpart, and you've always kind of had the Zach Galifianakis vibe. You like Alex was Michael Cera, and then he graduated to Adam Devine.
I could see that.
I still haven't figured out who Robin is.
I don't know. I don't know if there's
not exactly a 1-to-1.
No. Some of Nick Swartzen stuff I would go with, but even then he's too out there for me.
Yeah. Like I'll take Danny McBride. Like that. I fit that slot pretty well.
He's pretty funny.
You got to think of someone that's dry but not too dry for Robin. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
like a Dennis Miller almost.
Dennis Miller would make sense.
Dennis Miller. There we go.
There he is.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I used to watch so much of his shit too. Like when he had his show on HBO.
That was he was ahead of the curve.
Did he have another show? I'm thinking of Rescue Me.
You're thinking, no, that's Dennis Leary.
That's Dennis Leary. All right, yep. Dennis Miller. Hold on, let me look up a picture.
I'm an asshole.
Yo. I'm an asshole. Dave's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
Dennis Miller Dennis Miller Live was his show.
He was on Monday Night Football for a year, and they didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah. Oh, okay, like, yeah. You say Monday Night Football, and yep.
That punt made about as much sense as the U.S.'s foreign policy with Morocco.
Just deep cuts about political history that nobody got.
I liked him.
Well, people liked him, but nobody understood what the fuck he was saying. It's like I miss Howard Cosell, who felt like it was his job to talk down to the audience. Oh my goodness. These people out here, they're animals. All around me, I'm surrounded by animals. Here we are in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. Look outside. They call it the dog pound, and boy, is it. There's a dog-faced gremlin on every corner here in Cleveland. And speaking of dog-faced gremlins, Jim Brown, the running back for the Cleveland Browns, is averaging 126 yards a carry. That's
Jake's new nickname is Jake Tabor, man of a million voices, and also just one.
I'm Howard Cosell.
Because I can always, whenever you do your impressions, I hear the person, but it's also very much you. You know what I mean?
Very much me doing the person. Yeah, it's very much. I'm not quite at Rich Little status of.
Yeah. I mean, you're better. You're way better at impressions than I am. Mine all come out like an Asian dude for some reason.
This is Rich Little, but also it's Rich Little being the president of the United States, Ronald Reagan.
What? So somehow I just got really upset at my phone because I'm like, why do I have
AIDS
lists of my favorites and Green Bay is on there?
What?
Why? So
well, changing them. What's annoying too is the other day, I was watching the burning of the Husky edifice over there, and so I was going to the Husky subreddit to drink their tears, and now I keep getting recommendations from the Husky subreddit like I give a fuck about those fucks.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right. Somehow it also thought I gave a shit about the Bavers basketball team.
Nobody cares about that.
False.
Yep. I've been getting a lot of belly band holsters because I tried to help a lady at work get a belly band holster, and now my phone is giving. I'm like, no, I hate those. But because I was talking about it at work for like an hour.
What is going on with this? the caption is, "What are they feeding these white people?"
Those look
I don't
heavy.
know, but
Need a
I'll
hand
allow it.
or two in the face.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Ah,
Oh,
shit!
Jake's about to go yell at kids.
Shut the fuck up. Well, when he gets
That
back,
looked like a definite, like, I hear kids doing stupid shit in the other room.
oh yeah, I got one thing. I have one thing to talk about that I can think of for sure. I did watch all of the newest season of Rick and Morty. That was out. It's on Max.
I started Ted.
Ted's pretty funny.
Fuck.
What was the movie I watched?
Here it is.
I watched a couple movies. I don't remember what they were though.
Kids.
All right, man.
Hey,
You ready
These
for a good ass
people.
show?
you ever seen that movie with kids?
Is it the one where they get fucking thrown out of the house?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And boy, am I glad to see him back because I've seen his front. It's Dave.
Don't call me old backdoor Dave for no reason.
Backdoor Dorm Daddy Dave.
Yeah. Same door for receiving and shipping.
Mouthful.
He's the kind of guy that'll put a piece of wood in the door so it doesn't latch.
Yep. Keep that shit wide open. I like to call it the backdoor gape. Anyways, speaking of which, it's Robin.
Yeah. Goddamn right it is. Speaking of backdoor gape, that was Dave. Do we call him Dave Wad?
Dave Wad.
Like the episode of The Office. Was that the Superfan episode?
Yeah. Yes, it
over
was.
there?
I mean, it was that, but I mean that was from the original.
That's what I was
cast.
thinking. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm Robin, and that first guy that spoke about the damn kids, it's the hoop snake, known as Jake.
Touch those tips.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
It's me. It's one take, Jake.
Face dock those.
Back in the saddle again, and good gravy. We have a couple of things to talk about, I guess.
I like that.
Well, I went to a hockey game. That's one thing we can talk about.
Tip gravy.
I did have some poutine while I was there, so yeah, I had some gravy.
Mm.
Also, I got the world's tiniest bobblehead, but more on that later.
Oh.
Hey, it doesn't matter the size of the bobblehead, all right?
No, boy, you're telling me.
If the head
Well, I'll tell you.
Boy,
bobbles,
I'll tell you.
boy, I'll tell you.
Oh,
Size of my bobblehead.
How tiny was it?
It was so tiny. It's about as tall as like half of my face.
Oh, so like a solid 6 inches, right?
Yeah, let me. About like that. Yeah, so
totally 6 inches.
Yeah, so last year the Seattle T-Birds were league champions, and they went and played for like the President's Cup, which is like all the league champions from around the country play each other. And then yeah. So they were really, really fucking good last year. This year not so much. Because they were really good last year, all the teams who were like, God, we drafted some good ass players. Let's move them up. Let's get them up into the system. So yeah, now they're dog shit, and they're at the bottom of the league. And we showed up, and it's a cool experience because like you can get right there, and the kids get to high five the players as they're going out onto the ice, and it's a 6,500 seat barn, so it's like it's not big, but it's fun. And yeah, it was 7-1 at the end of 2.
Ooh.
And I'm like, all right, that's it.
All right.
Pulling the plug. It's like, oh no, so stay. I'm like, no, man. Like we're coming back in a couple weeks to watch some more hockey. We'll stay then. But like, I am not sitting around to watch some uncompetitive puck. And the final ended up being like 9-3. So it never got better.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm glad we left because then we got to beat the traffic of 14 people.
You can leave and beat the traffic, or you can stick around and beat your meat.
Yeah, beat your meat. Beat your meat. That's how it felt watching them play because I was like, man, I can get out there. I can't even skate, but I know I can do that. All I wanted to see.
Oh, we had fights on this weekend, huh?
Oh, yeah, there were fights.
This weekend or last weekend?
This weekend.
Last weekend.
Last weekend.
Well, it was this weekend, the previous closest weekend, right?
Yeah.
Because we haven't talked about Sean Strickland.
Yeah. And that bullshit.
Duplexy.
I forgot about that. I would really like to have seen that fight. I would just find it.
Yeah, you might have honestly, Sean. Well, I thought Sean won the fight. You look at.
I think everyone thought Sean won the fight.
Well, I mean, like Chael Sonnen was like, I don't think he won a round, but Chael is also playing the heel as usual.
Chael always wants to, yeah.
He's like, hell.
All Chael knows.
Rise out of these guys.
He came out of the womb a heel.
Chael heel work Sonnen, that's what they call him.
Mm-hmm.
He came out heel first.
That is where the term comes from, actually. When Jacob biblically Jacob and Esau were born, Esau was gripping at the heel of Jacob, and that's where the term originates.
No shit.
Yes, sir.
No, the story didn't know that was it.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a deep cut of
it's pretty fucking deep.
Yeah, from the Tabor College of Wrestling Knowledge.
From like 2,000 years ago.
Well, when you got to get up pretty early in the morning if you want to get over wrestling on me.
Yeah, like 2,000 years ago.
Years ago.
Like, why would I have to get up early in the morning to do
Before that,
anything?
They just called them the bad guys.
The bad guys.
Before one, we just called them bad guys.
Before one.
Or as my brothers down south say, uno.
Uno.
It's true.
Or as your brothers back east would say, ho.
Or in the Philippines, isa.
That was a joke I was trying to make, but I didn't know how to speak your freaky-deaky language.
Like, freaky-deaky island language.
Yeah, it's like a regular language, but
Freaky Island language is the name of the episode.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Freaky-deaky island language.
Oh, have you been keeping track of who names the episode?
No, but I can.
I know if we look at the names of the episodes, we'll know who said it.
Pretty much. Here, I'll pull it up here. Let's see.
Did you fix whichever one it was?
I'm working on it right now. I don't have my keyboard's over there, so I'm trying to do this all with my mouse.
So, Dave, Jake posted episode 308 twice. We got it as 307 and 308 because I was listening to 307.
Yeah, this sounds like 308.
This sounds like the most recent one. And we get near the end, and I'm like, dude, this is definitely last week's stuff. And so I go to 308 and I skip to the same part. And at first I'd looked at the times and I was like, they're both an hour and 3. That's odd. And then I go to the other one at the same spot. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch did it this one time.
Well, see, what happened was is I tried to download episode 307 and 308 at the same time. And apparently
I can't do that.
It thought I wanted to download episode 308 twice. So I mean, I guess I should look a little more closely.
Oh, did you want 307 or 308, or did you want 308 twice? Oh, you didn't answer? Yeah, we're gonna go with 308 twice, guys.
308 twice. Put it through.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's
funny.
I also had a weird thought today that I guess it's not really weird, but I told Jake and the boys about it, and I was like, pretty sure the Big Ten does not have an artificial noisemaker ban.
It does not.
Which means we can bring duck lips back and whatever noisemakers we want, like vuvuzelas.
I guess I'm gonna have to dig my time capsule up.
I know where my vuvuzela is.
My duck lips are somewhere in a box. I know that.
Actually, I might have.
Oh, I guess I already had it downloaded. I must have just fucked up.
Yeah, I think.
God damn it!
Oh, I know where they're at. They're out in the shed.
Hate it when I do that.
Son of a bitch does it all the time. But so I posted a thing on Twitter and tagged John Canzano because when the whole ban happened, he wrote a story about it, and then when I was looking to see what the rules were, his story popped up, and I was like, I'm gonna tag him anyway. Hey, we can fucking have duck lips again.
You know how you said we couldn't do this anymore?
Voices are going to be saved for the 2024 season.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to make it easier for kids to make noise and be engaged because now they have an excuse to blow duck lips the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, Bales is like, oh, as annoying as they are. I'm like, yeah, exactly. I love being annoying to other people.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than annoying opposing fans.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that is completely sports related.
Right. I might attack you personally, but you know what? It's just for the game.
I like being so exuberant about my team that it pisses other people off.
That is always fun.
Yep.
Like, and all they could do when they go home, like, yo, this guy's so fucking annoying every time they scored. Yeah, touchdown, Oregon. It was like,
well,
is that all?
Be better. How about that?
And then, whenever someone talks to him, they're like, well, is that it? Well, like, it's just like, he's just a smart ass. Is like everything that happened is just like, whatever. You can't ever say any one thing. You can't ever say one thing because I was also right the whole time.
Yeah, whatever. You remember that song?
Yeah, this is my United States of whatever. Who does that song?
It's like Ollie and
it's Syphil and Ollie.
Syphil and Ollie, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm in a weird like Syphil and Ollie group on Facebook. And so I get notifications about Syphil and Ollie occasionally. I thought I was the only person alive who knew that show existed.
Oh, it's a pretty old show.
It sounds like VD.
Dude, I was no, that's Sniffle and Ollie. I remember watching it when I lived up here, just one summer with my mom, just turning on MTV and just Syphil and Ollie show, Syphil and Ollie, Syphil and Ollie show, rock, Syphil.
I feel like that song was on Beavis and Butthead, though. I think that's where I know it from.
I know that there's a lot of like old shows I missed out on because I didn't have TV growing up.
Yeah.
Like, well, we had a TV, but we had like an antenna, so we got the local news channel, and that's about it.
So that was the thing. Like, I had just regular the 3-channel. Actually, in Eugene, it was lit because we had ABC, CBS, NBC, PBS, and Fox. And if you had a dial, you could get MTV2, what used to be known as the box, and and we could get the Jesus station.
Most of the stuff I know is just from going over to people's houses.
Yeah, but my mom had cable, so when I would come up and visit, I would just go fucking nuts. I would watch all the wrestling. I would watch I feel
like that's probably why Riv watches so much TV when she's here, because her mom is a Nazi about things, and so she's like, well, I'm gonna watch everything all the time.
She will not see the TV.
Exactly.
So there's one time we went on a family trip to Eureka. Yeah, the further south one, not Yreka, Eureka. And we went,
not my Rika, Eureka.
Yeah, Eureka. We cut over to Highway 1 along the California coast, and we were heading up, and we ended up kind of like an emergency staying at this one place, one hotel along the along Highway 1. And that was my little brother and I's first time watching a whole Beavis and Butthead episode, because the only place they had to rent for the night was a townhouse. So we got our own room with a TV, and we're literally like this close to the TV with the volume turned all the way down.
Yeah.
Watching Beavis and Butthead, trying not to laugh so that mom and dad don't bust in the room, see the show, and make us turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, because like growing up, Mom didn't even want us watching Simpsons.
Right.
Because Bart
same.
Simpson was a bad influence. I don't know
Oh
why
my God,
I emphasized it that way, but
bad influence.
bad influence. But we weren't allowed to watch that. So we're just sitting there like just noses to the TV watching Beavis and Butthead.
Oh man, I
And
got a
then
couple. Go
on the
ahead.
drive back to Oregon, my little brother and I are sitting in the backseat. And my dad's like, what the fuck are you guys doing back there?
Like, where'd you learn that? Where'd you hear
Yeah.
that?
The hell is that nonsense?
I remember just all sorts of just ridiculous MTV shit and just like it popping up and getting like 10 seconds of watching it. Like I remember the first time I saw Celebrity Deathmatch, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Why are these clay people this is hilarious. And then like I remember like actually getting mad about the outcomes, like why did the Backstreet Boys beat the Beastie Boys? Like
right.
Oh shit. For me, like I remember my it was so bad for me. You talked about not being able to watch The Simpsons. One time, like, after my parents had split, I was over at my dad's, and my uncle came over.
Oh God.
Yeah, you already know it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad put on The Simpsons because it was the 90s. And he like my uncle gets up and like goes to eat in the kitchen because like he didn't want to watch like The Simpsons was secular and immoral. And like he like is like Jake, come on, like I don't want you, we're not gonna watch this. And I'm like, and like looking back on it now, like what a dork.
Man, cartoons have really like The Simpsons did something to cartoons too, because now we've got so many adult cartoons.
Yeah.
That was the one. Like I also wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons. It didn't hurt that Fox wasn't in Myrtle Creek until like 92, 93, at least 3 years after The Simpsons started. But still, like I would get it. Brian had it. Brian loved The Simpsons. And I remember watching at his house. He had satellite from Denver. So he hated the Broncos because he was forced to watch Denver TV. And but he had The Simpsons, and I was like, wait, I've never seen this. This is cool. And he's like, oh, wait till my parents go to bed. We got HBO After Dark. And I was like,
boom.
What's that?
Like,
I remember watching.
There
what
are
was
some
that?
horrors.
There was a show called Dream On. Where
Emmanuel
this guy,
Goes to Space.
What?
Huh?
No, there was a show called Dream On that was on HBO. And it was this dude that would have daydreams, like sexual daydreams, and they'd show the daydreams. And I was like, whoa, that is awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I had a dream.
His dad did the weirdest thing. He smoked Marlboro Reds, and he didn't want to go outside, but they had a fireplace, so he'd sit next to the fireplace. It was one of those metal ones. He'd open the door, he'd have his cigarette in there, take a drag, put the cigarette back in there, blow it into the chimney. And I'm like,
why are smokers like the smokers are the weirdest people in the world, man. Like they will do anything in their power to quote unquote not smoke indoors.
Right.
Like I can't tell you how many times I've been driving down I-5 and it's just piss and rain and somebody's got their arm out the window with a cigarette. I'm like, what do you think you're not smoking in your car?
Yeah.
You think any of that, like, yeah, most of the smoke is going out, but you're still getting it. There's still smoke in your car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. And or like like the whole I knew exactly what you were gonna say as soon as he said a wood fireplace, because logically he's like, yeah, and then when I'm done smoking, I'll just pitch the butt into the fireplace and it'll burn.
Yeah.
And it like logically it makes all the sense in the world, right? But it doesn't make it not cigarette smoke in the house.
Yeah. I remember when I worked at a gas station in high school and people come in and get Marlboro Reds. Well, there's the Kings, which are the thick ones. and then the 100s, which are the long ones.
Yeah.
So I'd always be like, hey, do you want it thick, long, or average? And they would just look at me like, what? I'm like, thick, long, or average? Which one do you want?
Yeah, pick one.
Yeah, pick one. Roll the dice.
So Dave, maybe you can explain to me the differences here, because I've never been a cigarette smoker except for when someone hands me one. Like, what's the difference between like soft pack and hard pack, and like how come some people are like, I'll never smoke a soft pack, and some people are like, I'll never smoke a hard pack, and they're like equally as it's like the difference between people who wipe front to back and people wipe back to front, and neither one of them understand how the other one does it.
I thought that they were the containers.
That's all it is the container.
Yeah, like I understand
soft
that,
pack
but like
you can crush, but there's nothing different about the cigarette.
Yeah.
Except for a soft pack cigarette might be crumpled a little bit. What is that noise?
Hold on.
Like, I know it's just a container, but like, what are the virtues of a hard pack versus a soft pack? Or is it just like personal preference and people are weird?
Hard packs look cooler when you roll them up in your sleeve.
This is 1954.
Yeah. I got nothing. I got nothing for you. And the same thing with like hundreds or kings. Like, you're getting the same amount of tobacco, I think, but it's just like, do you want it longer or do you want it shorter and fat?
Yeah.
Smoking chodes.
Yeah. Do you want the Danny DeVito or do you want the Will Ferrell?
Both of them weigh 230
it's so long and skinny.
Yeah.
You will like it. You'll like my 100.
Yeah.
Oh, have a Marlboro Red.
Yeah. And now you bring up
Will
Newports. There was a few years in my life that I smoked the ports.
Why do black people smoke menthols?
Yeah.
Because that's what Newports is? That is correct.
Yep. Yeah. When I first started smoking, yep, Bell.
Yeah.
That took me a second to realize that's correct. Ding! Nice.
Because we're all thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's funny. My neighbor B is an older black dude, and he had me over one day, and he's like,
I never would have guessed that when you said my older neighbor B.
Yo, what up, B?
His name is Barrel Chest. I'm not joking.
I want to see that driver's license.
Donkey Kong.
I've checked. I've handed him his mail, like official mail from doctors and shit. It's like Daryl with a B at the beginning.
Which doctor was it? Dr. Dre?
Put that on the fucking highlight reel for Dave. Holy shit, Dave. That was good.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Doc Martin. He doesn't send letters.
No, he's a gynecologist.
Yeah.
Wait for it there it is. There it is. I was like, wait for it, and there it is.
I'm trying to get drunk here, guys.
Lesbian.
It'll get you drunk.
There are two kinds of people. There are two kinds of people who wear Doc Martens: lesbians and Ben.
Ben wears Doc Martens.
Yeah, he's punk.
Oh.
You may have noticed. You may have noticed from his general style.
When I was in hike school, that was like you wore like athletic shoes or Doc Martens if you were a dude or Birkenstocks if you were a chick.
Yep.
I wore Timbs.
We unfortunately the Doc Martens are also co-opted by fucking white skinheads and shit.
Yeah. My so when I lived in the barracks, my roommate was a skinhead. But he told me all of the differences between the skinheads. And apparently the laces you put in your Doc Martens mean something.
Right. Don't put red laces in your Doc Martens.
Kind of like colored loofahs in Florida.
Right. Red or yellow. Don't put red or yellow in your laces. Otherwise you're inviting fights.
And I can't remember the names of them, but if you wore white laces in your Docs, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it was white laces in your docs. They had a special term for skinheads against racism. Maybe it was scars. I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up while you keep talking about it.
Huh.
Yeah, because it was my roommate, and he was definitely a punk skinhead. Like dressed up when we would go out, he'd wear the leather jacket with the spikes, his Doc Martens cuffed up, and suspenders, and with a white T-shirt. Like this is 2000
American History X.
Yeah, this is 2010, and he rolled cigarettes in his sleeve.
Oh my god!
Like total like punk skinhead. You look at him and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, that guy doesn't like people of color.
Like, was he from Portland?
He was from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Same thing.
Yeah.
What did I say?
But you would look at him, and then we would hang out in the barracks and drink with other people, and he didn't have a problem. So one day, I mean, dude, we slept in bunk beds. So I was like, hey, Jimmy, I got a question for you.
Hey, Jimmy, how come you ain't pounding any today?
Yeah.
All right, here's lace code for you.
Oh, here we go.
Right, lace code.
Well, here's a lace code.
Here's the lace code.
I just want to read this sentence. I'm going to have to read it a couple times because it's not logical. White is a color that represents the most basic of white supremacy. So
maybe
it believes you believe in non-racism,
okay,
white supremacy, and Ku Klux Klan affiliation. It also means that you refuse Hitler's beliefs.
Those are very
okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Blue laces indicate that the wearer has killed a police officer.
Liar.
Right. Red is a neo-Nazi. Yellow is anti-racist. Yellow has been used to symbolize a lot of things, used in many cultures. Blah, blah, blah. Commitment to social change. Yeah, yellow is non-threatening. Purple is gay pride. Green is neutral. Black is no affiliation.
Purple is gay pride.
Makes sense.
Yep.
It used to be the color of royalty. Now it's the color.
Damn it.
Timestamp that.
20, yeah.
55, 30.
50, yeah.
It's been a while since I got one in there.
That's what she said.
That's what he said to her.
That's what I say.
So yeah, that's a little education on
skinhead
lace code
culture
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like say Jimmy was like, he didn't.
Jimmy.
He was a cool dude. Rest in peace, I guess. Whatever. Like he's dead. But
sorry about your friend Jimmy.
I'm not sure I can co-sign rest in peace to a skinhead. I'm just. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure I can co-sign. Not sure I can co-sign that one.
I did almost get into a knife fight because of him. That was fun.
Oh.
With some roid dude. Oh, okay. So now story time.
Story time with Dave.
Story time. So on base for a long time, I was the only one that had a car. So
like,
a lot of times
on the entire base. That's crazy.
Well, as far as my group of guys.
So were there like no streets or anything? They just like
we just walked in our Doc Martens.
Doc Martens with some
well, because most of the guys I hung out with were from further away than Oregon to California. You know what I mean?
Germany.
So yeah. So anyways,
the guys you were with.
So I took my buddy Kevin and Jimmy, two punk dudes from Michigan.
Kevin and
we
Jimmy,
went out. Yeah, Kevin and Jimmy. So they dropped acid that night, and I'm like, cool. I'm not doing anything so that we got one guy that's got his head on straight. I had maybe 3 beers in a span of 10 hours. So we go to the bars.
Beers.
They party. We go to this house party, and it was a guy that was on our ship. Their friend, not mine, kind of a fucking douche nerd, a fucking nerd that joined the military and thought he was bad. And I was like, hey, bitch, you joined the Navy and you're a computer dude. Like, let's be real here. You didn't join the military to be hard. You picked the Navy and you fixed computers. So anyways, there's a bunch of chicks, bunch of dudes there. Jimmy is talking to some chicks. and they're getting pretty friendly, which is cool. Like, do your thing, whatever. This one dude, like 6 foot, muscles out to everywhere, definitely on roids. Pimp, like he's wearing a tank top because he wants to show his muscles, but he's also showing his fucking zit scars.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I know what roids look like. So apparently Jimmy ends up like almost hooking up with his chick, which happens to be Roid Rage's girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. So words are being exchanged at the party. Jimmy always carried a switchblade knife.
Legal in the state of Oregon, by the way.
Yeah, not so much in California. So I see his hand go into his pocket. Switchblade comes out behind his back. He's walking. He grabs a empty bottle of Jack Daniels, both behind his back. And I'm like, oh, Jimmy's going to fucking kill somebody. So I walk up and I'm like,
Jimmy's going to go
hey, guys.
fucking pick a hand.
Right? So I get in between them. And I'm like, hey, Kevin, Jimmy, let's roll. Like we got to get out of here because if we don't leave, people are going to jail or the morgue.
Or both.
Yeah, or both. So we're walking up the street because I had to park like a quarter mile away from the house because this is Southern California and there's nowhere to park, especially in residential areas. So we're walking and Roid Rage and Roid Rage Jr. are following us. And I've got Jimmy's switchblade, got him to drop the bottle, and I'm holding onto the knife, and they're just following us, running their mouths. Jimmy and Kevin are in front of me because I was like, I'm getting in between you guys. You just keep walking to the Jeep. Roid Rage gets within 5 feet of me. So I turn around, I pull his switchblade, I pull my knife out of my pocket, and I was like, let's go, dude. One of us is going to the hospital, one of us is going to the morgue.
Double knife Dave.
I was like, you might be big, motherfucker, but knives cut meat.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's usually what they use them for.
Something along those lines. This was like 17 years ago now.
Nice muscles. Be a shame if I sliced the fuck out of them.
And I don't know where they came from because I'm gonna be honest, I was scared as shit. I was like, these dudes, like, and I'm not a small guy. I'm short, but I'm not small.
Yeah,
these guys, like, were 2 of me each, and I'm just like, oh, I definitely need weapons.
Well, I mean, that reminds me of a time when I was living in Corvallis and I was fucking running my mouth because, that'll happen. And I'm talking shit about Oregon State football. And this guy says, hey, are you talking all that shit? My buddy over here is 6'4", 280 pounds. He played O-line for Oregon State. And my other buddy over here, he's just as big. He's actually bigger. He's 6'5", 300 pounds. And he played O-line for Oregon State. You want to say that shit again? I'm like, not if I have to explain it 3 times.
Yep.
Fuck you. Fucking Mid-Mountain West team. Have to play him every year.
Ontario Smith.
Still my favorite secondhand story. I love telling that because it didn't happen to me. I observed it happening.
Still funny.
Telling that story, it's like it is the snake eating itself. Because Robin pulled knives out of my pocket one time.
I know when you were saying it, I was like, oh,
I was thinking
I know that move. Yeah.
I was like, I know that because I did the same, and because I'd never put those things together because I hadn't thought about that story in a long time. Yeah. And as I'm telling the story, I'm like, oh, Robin did that for me one time.
Yeah. Oh, it truly does pay it forward.
Right. Except mine would have been classified as a hate crime.
Wait. So he was black?
No, they were Saudi. Remember?
Oh, the second ones. Yeah. Yours. Yeah.
It was the Saudi guys.
The first guys. I was like,
what was the name of that club?
The Dexter Lake Club.
Fuck, what was it called?
It was the one right off of campus on the 2nd floor.
Right above the Pita Pit.
Ponchos?
It's had a couple names, but
wait, what did you say?
Ponchos?
No, that was the other side. So you could go upstairs and then go to a Mexican place and then like the Lighthouse or
Ponchos was usually lit, and then the other place was fucking skeezy as fuck.
Super
Yeah,
skeezy.
it
So
was
we
a
drank there
skeezy
all the
place.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have thought about the fact that if I do end up going up there instead of taking online classes, if I'll make my rounds at some point.
Dude,
Oh yeah, you
going
got to.
yeah, but I'll say like going to bars now is ass.
You want to do it on Parents' Weekend though, so
Yep.
you have somebody to hang out with.
Yeah, right. All the moms.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, welcome to Corvallis. Let me show you around.
That was fun though on Mom's Weekend when we would
Yeah.
go out
Yeah.
and just like we would ignore the college chicks and just talk to moms.
Because it was fun, because they were just excited to be there, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, right. And we were just young enough that it got them excited about getting hit on.
Right. Oh man.
We're older
like,
than
"Oh,
the college
making me-"
chicks, but we're just young enough that moms don't know we're not in college.
Right. They're like, oh, these seniors are all over us.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
what's your
looking for a real
major?
woman.
I'm majoring in that booty.
Yeah. I mean, none of us ever took a mom home, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
someone.
well.
I was at a New Year's party once, and a woman was complimenting my ass. I don't know, like, I didn't want to follow her anywhere because I didn't want her to fuck me. But like, it's the first time I've had my ass complimented in public. I was like, cool, man, thanks.
I wish the casino would start playing music again on the weekends. Not like the bands, because when they do the bands, everybody sits there and they're like blah blah. But when they actually had a DJ and would do,
I remember those days.
Yeah, well, it's like
that was
like
fun.
nowadays the casino is like they don't even want to cater towards the younger crowd at all.
No,
they want to cater
like,
to that 50 plus, like come listen to a cover band of something you listened to when you're a teenager in 1972.
Are you reeling in the years?
Yeah, they're gonna play it just good enough that you're not gonna fucking throw things at them.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I will say this: their side bands that they've gotten better.
Yeah.
Like, well, it can't get a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But they actually do, like, the cover bands they do pull in now have gotten significantly better than they did 20 years ago.
Yeah. I noticed they started doing something that I don't know what it is, just I've seen the sign. It says DJ trivia on Sundays.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is and why they would do it on Sundays, but I kind of want to go check it out because
do it. Jake, trivia, come on down.
I'm on my way.
I can handle some trivia.
Yeah.
And I don't mind a DJ, but the Sunday part. Why are you doing it on Sunday?
Yeah, the Sunday is kind of shitty.
Yeah, that's Monster Truck Day.
Yeah. You're doing it on Monster Truck Day. That's
Dude, I remember
Bigfoot do a backflip.
I remember going to Seven Feathers and being at the main bar, getting schmammered, dancing around, being an asshole, and then leaving there and going over to the sports bar to relax for a little while and have more drinks and food because that's where you got your food.
Yep.
And then we went back, like, yeah, Seven Feathers used to be popping.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're saying that though, you really have brought the clarity of, oh yeah, they don't have problems now. That's what they like, because people also don't bring knives to the casino.
You don't have people you don't have like two guys bringing hot chicks in and then 30 guys are surrounding two hot chicks and now there's fights.
Right. That, yeah. I think there's still people bringing people like hot chicks down there like Saturday nights, but I don't think that they're repeat customers. Like it happens
they're just
once
in the neighborhood.
Let's go to the casino, and nobody. Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
The only times I ever almost got into a fight at the casino is someone else getting upset about nothing.
Yeah,
there was Ashley and what's her name? I can't think of her name. One of her friends were there. And me and her friend were pretty good friends.
But you don't know the name.
Tanya.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'd met Tanya at the bar again. Like Sam's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. I used that term. I'm college educated. But anyways. But
Six
anyways,
times.
so I knew Ashley, I knew Tanya. We were all from here, so we knew each other.
Yeah.
He's from somewhere else, I think, but
Not here.
not here.
That
So
would be somewhere else.
that would be not here,
By
over
definition, yes.
there. And I'm talking to Tanya, and he comes over and introduces himself, but like in an aggressive way. And I'm like, again, let me reiterate, I'm not a tall dude, but I called him little man. So that'll give you an idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what's up, little man? Because like you come in here and you try to out squeeze my handshake because I know who you are.
Yeah.
Because I know your girlfriend. Like
My friends got a girlfriend.
Yeah. You try to squeeze my hand too hard, and like I don't care.
There's nothing like I've come to.
What have you come to?
Oh, yeah. I have absolutely come to hate firm handshakes. Like, just shake my hand.
Yeah, well, there's a borderline.
Yeah.
There's I'm trying to enforce my superiority, and there's like, hey, I'm shaking your hand like a man and not like I use a word, but
I have taken to whenever someone tries to overshake my hand, I'll turn my hand on top of theirs and clap it from underneath.
Boom, power move. Power move.
And if that doesn't work, I hit them on the shoulder.
Yep, ooh, I like to hit on the shoulder.
Swat. Yep. I like the solid swat.
Because I'm not smaller than very many people.
Right.
And it's usually the people who are trying to show me how tough they are when they want to shake my hand. And so I got to remind them that we're not playing that shit.
Yeah.
We don't need to have a big dick measuring contest because fuck you. That's why.
Right. Well, I've told plenty of stories about random shit, how I'm the small guy in our friend group.
Yeah, you've mentioned it a few times tonight.
Well, I've said I'm small, but like, in our friend group, yeah, actually I probably have, whatever. I mean, minus the fact that like Bales and Ben have been introduced now.
And neither one of them are little.
Ben seems little to me.
Yeah, Ben seems little. I mean,
Bailey is the same size as you.
That's what he says.
Yeah, that's what he said. Well, I mean, height does not make a big man.
Fair.
To me.
Fair.
Right? Because you can be tall and I'm still feel bigger than you. Right? So when it comes to and it might be an age thing too.
It's definitely an age thing. It's
definitely an age thing because I look at Bailey and Ben as little brothers.
Exactly. That's their position. That's their position in the team too.
Yeah, in the team, you know.
Well, except now that Bailey is only brother, so.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know where I was going with that.
You don't think Ben is? You were talking about how you're the smallest guy in our friend group.
I've mentioned that to other people when I'm like, oh, I'm the small guy of my friend group. But now Bailey and Ben have been introduced, and I'm like, oh, I can squeeze them until they stop.
Probably. Probably not Ben. Probably not Ben.
Ben is a little thicker. Ben's got some muscle on him.
And Ben is in that National Guard shape, so he can like almost run a little bit.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, he can move a bicycle or two.
Mm-hmm. He can pedal like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about stupid shit that happened in Seattle over the past several years.
Oh.
Generally police related with bicycles using riot fucking tactics and shit. So y'all heard about them Kia boys?
Like the people that are breaking into Kias?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So we've got some up here. Dave, you haven't heard about this? You haven't read about this?
I have not heard about this.
I have heard about it because I have a Kia and they sent a letter to the house that was like, hey, people think it's fun to break into Kias on TikTok. So here's a free club for your Kia.
Well, I have a Cherokee and every road I drive on becomes sacred. So.
God damn.
Well, yeah, so basically what they've been able to do is rip the steering column out and steal Kias and Hyundais with a USB drive.
God damn.
Yeah.
And technical warfare.
And so there was one of them who was here in my neighborhood and got by the police.
Oh,
Nice.
And they ran up in there with SWAT tactics, like.
Oh yeah, shoot him in the face. That's what I say. But whatever, I can't do that.
that's what I says to him. I says to him.
I says
we'll
to him,
say-
shoot him in the face.
We'll spend less money on the trial than we will on having him live in jail for the next 75 years.
Right.
This is like a
I'm surprised
17-year-old
we're not shooting
kid.
him in the face right now.
I mean, they're the police, and he was black. I am surprised they didn't shoot him.
Well, I'm not so surprised that it's because it's in Seattle. If it was like Houston, would
Yeah.
not be surprised.
Are they using the USBs because to just be like, I can use the USB?
I have no idea.
Because I don't. Oh my God, I don't get the point of it.
I don't understand it either. I'm also not here to. Dave has. Did that show on the screen for you too?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that is so funny. Oh my goodness.
It was quite funny. Okay, so from what I'm getting, it looks like they're using a USB and just putting it in the key,
Yeah.
and it's going, oh, hey, we can start with that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Which is like, first of all, who figured that out?
Right. Probably somebody just fucking around.
It's like the first person who figured out that you could
Hold up.
drink coffee beans.
Right.
Like the
How do you get
process,
there?
like the process that you had to go through. Because first you had to realize that they were inside berries. So first you had to start by eating these berries. And then you had to realize that the berries weren't very good. But you felt really wired after you ate them. And inside there
Right.
were beans. And those beans are green though, and they taste like shit. So we got to cook them.
Oh, my thing, I'm guessing, is like they ate the berries and were like, these sucked, and then like threw the seeds maybe in a pile and they dried out in the sun. And then somebody else was like, what is this? And like picked it up and they're like, oh shit.
Could be.
I feel
Could be.
like I got some energy. And then
I
they're
feel-
like, hey, you should try it. And then they're like, hey, these aren't bad.
Hey,
And
why don't
they're
we
like, how
put
can we
some
get more of
caramel
these?
and chocolate in there and we'll
Yeah.
call it good.
Yeah.
So Dave, when you left, it popped up on your screen. I have to piss so bad.
Right. Well, I was trying to send that so that I wouldn't break up the conversation, and I can just slip out, take a leak, and then as I'm getting up, I see your guys' faces. I was like, well, that didn't work.
It was actually probably funnier than had you just said it or sent us a text or something.
The
Because
quality
it
of
actually
the show
comes up like
improved.
on my face. Like one of you send a chat. I want to see it.
Okay. You do it because my keyboard's over there.
Yeah.
Use that big old dick. Hit the buttons.
Kerm.
Did it
Oh,
say it over my face?
Yeah.
No, it just not on mine.
Oh,
You
really?
still have the chat open?
Yeah. Oh, here, I'll
Close
close
the
it. Try it
chat.
again.
Yeah, close the chat and then here I'll type something.
Here, I'll do LeBron.
LeBron James. Oh, yep. Okay, don't kerm. I'm gonna kerm.
Do not Kerm.
Do not kerm.
Dude,
That would be a funny video to make.
Yeah. And like 5 people will get it.
Well, we
I
could
bet-
do it with the one of those AI voice things and
Do
get
not Kerm.
fucking Camelot
Mhm.
Harris to say it. Be like, do not kerm. Do not kerm. And then we get Donald Trump saying, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
kerm.
kerm. That's really is one of my favorite videos.
It's pretty good.
Like it's
The
funny.
one with Jen Burrell.
No, the do not come video.
Oh, I suppose I haven't seen it.
What?
I'm-
All right.
You had to have, because we've talked about it on here. Also, both of you look at your phone and see the Snapchat I sent you, because we were talking about the Doc Martens laces thing,
Mhm.
and I had sent Jake this TikTok, and so I was able to go get it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just sent it in the
It's a tick on face or text. I texted it to you.
just now?
earlier to both of you.
Oh, like 22 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw this. Holy shit.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look. In fact, it looks really, really bad. I thought Sunderland.
I thought
The worst sort of PR disaster.
I thought it was KKK hoods too.
And that was in the first week of 2024 when they decided.
What is it supposed to? What is it actually?
It's flags. They put white flags. It's flags on flagpoles. Yeah. It really, so like, it just looks like the KKK is in the crowd.
It does. Yeah, I'm watching it right now too.
But it's really just flags.
Oh my goodness.
L, Dave. Flags with an L.
It's
Not to
Did I
black,
say the
baby.
other one?
No, you said the other one earlier.
No, I heard it both ways.
Hey now.
Close enough. We'll allow it. Judges?
You're the one with the bell.
No.
Thank you,
They'll allow
judges.
it. Apparently that means they will allow it. I might have to use that next time.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
what just
whoa.
happened? What are we sharing?
Oh,
Oh.
good.
I'm gonna come. We can see Dave's search history here.
Animal husbandry. What?
Hey, you're not allowed to do that.
Usually you
Is
have
it
it,
working?
you gotta have the video queued up.
come.
That's not the one,
But
but
that's not the whole thing.
yeah, where's the whole thing?
I think you're on shorts. Click home because this is what YouTube has done. They've started making your default and then now search it. Your default is shorts instead of actual
Oh.
videos. It's
Because they're trying to
pretended-
compete with the tiki-taki.
Exactly. It's so stupid. Oh, first, let's have an ad. Hi.
Video play soon.
Hi, do you
Hi,
like
I'm
ads?
Blur. You may know me from such videos.
Do not
as-
come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah, that's it.
That's pretty funny. Hey, hello. Hey, hello.
Now
Do not
unshare the
come.
screen.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Here
Dave's
we
like,
are.
now
I-
bring up the Lord of the G strings and put that back on.
Oh, Katie, what's her name?
Misty Monday.
Misty is in that. Katie something. I can't remember.
I don't give a
Go
fuck
my
about
way.
Katie, whoever. Misty Monday was in
Well,
that, and she
this
got
was-
me through high school.
This is before she got the boob job. And then she was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know her name though. I knew.
Katie
I
Morgan.
knew.
Katie Morgan. That's
There
her
it
name.
is.
I didn't even
Yep.
get to search it. I just remembered it. Spank Bank. Think.
That could come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Coming in handy.
That's a double. That's a twofer.
That I'm writing that down. Coming in handy.
I feel like that's the name of the episode.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
It's pretty good.
That just took over. Oh.
Oh,
So,
that's-
Dave, I'm going to say something to you. I sent this on Snapchat earlier. It's something I think it's really funny. It's evidence that my boss knows me, but evidence that he doesn't know me very well. So I was talking to him on the phone today, and he's like, "Yeah, hey, you've got these Costco executives coming up," and I asked for a little information on it. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get some information for you." And when they're there, just it's cool. Just be on your best behavior. So like he knows me well enough to know that I could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If I choose to be, I can be a problem. But he doesn't know me well enough to know that he doesn't need to tell me that I need to be on my
Mhm.
best behavior. I do know that.
Yeah.
When you interviewed me, you talked to me in a professional setting, and you thought I was a reasonably well-rounded individual. I've proven otherwise since then,
Mhm.
but I can still present myself as a reasonably well-rounded individual.
Yeah. Well, and also, you're only a problem when they make it. When you're a problem, it's not your fault.
Exactly.
Right? Like someone said something stupid to you,
And I think that's
they brought it
basically
upon themselves.
that's
God,
basically
that is
what
my
he's
life in a
saying.
nutshell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I was telling the weed guy the other day. I was like, I got a buddy because we were talking about teachers. I'm like, I got a buddy. He's the smartest teacher in his school. He's like, yeah, why is that? I said, because he doesn't have any homework to grade, and he gets to play dodgeball.
Yep.
Like, you tell me who's smart. He's like,
Makes
oh
sense to
wow.
me.
He's like, wow, that yeah. Like, man, you just got to learn to see life 360 degrees.
Touching tips.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people that, like, in the education system, general ed teachers will not only get jealous but upset at PE teachers for not having homework to grade and that sort of thing. And if, like, at least in my experience, enough to bring it up. And, you know, my response is always, well, I didn't make you teach English.
Yeah.
I didn't make you pick social studies. Nobody forced you, did they?
And on top of that, what homework would you like me to assign?
Right. You want me to have reading?
Minus
discussion.
COVID.
Right.
Minus COVID.
When COVID started to happen, they wanted us to make sure that every teacher was assigning enough reading. And I go, what do you want me to have them read?
Well, then didn't having them watch 30 for 30s?
What?
Didn't you have them watch 30 for 30s and then they got mad at you for that?
No, but I should have. That would have been good.
That would have been good.
Oh, well, I guess I made that story up in my head because I've told that story.
Have you really?
Yeah. Because I could have swore during COVID, you and I talked about something about 30 for 30s, and the principal at Glendale got mad at you because, like, that wasn't good enough or something like that. I've told that story to someone.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. The only time I've had any admin not happy with my work is the reason I'm not working at Glendale, and it's because that fucking bitch seemed to think I wasn't doing the job the way she wanted it done.
Maybe we just talked about it. Sometimes it's really hard to differentiate between my imagination and real life.
Me too.
That happens.
Yep. I know they've got some sort of, they're supposed to have some sort of medicine for that, but I ain't gonna do it.
I can tell I'm dreaming because when I'm dreaming, I go to this really weird house that's somewhere in the woods that I think is my subconscious. And that's how I can tell I'm dreaming. Otherwise, I can't tell what's happening. I don't know what's real. This might be a dream. I don't fucking know. Like my sleep schedule has been so fucked up. I'm showing all the classic signs of burnout, including like my sleep schedule is like, hey, guess what? You're awake at 2:00 in the morning. I'm like,
yep.
I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Yep.
I don't even have a sleep
I've done that to myself this term.
Yeah.
Taking as much as I'm taking in. That sounds gay.
Yeah.
Who made you take all those classes, Dave?
No one made you take those classes, Dave.
You know you can still get a degree in PE, right?
Right.
You can still get a degree in PE. PE gets degrees.
It's true. Sort of.
But no, like
17 times I took basketball.
I have noticed that your schedule is weird lately, Robin, because you'll send me shit at like 4:00 in the morning.
Because sometimes I'm still up.
Yeah.
Robin, like, this is not typical Robin texting behavior right now.
Yeah.
Because you'll get a random message.
Fall asleep. And I'm still waking up sometimes. Like this morning, I woke up at 8.
Dude, all of ours, like, there's a couple of us who have a similar sleep schedule, but like our group chat is all on such different circadian rhythms. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like like you and me are the early morning squad. Bailey comes in mid-morning, and Ben comes in early afternoon, and then I usually fall out late evening,
like 8 to 9.
I usually pass out because I'm either high or I've laid down on the couch.
Yeah,
and I'm the random crackhead who will send like a 4 p.m. message.
Nobody knows when Dave's gonna text.
Yeah, and then you won't hear from me for 3 days, and then at like 2 in the morning you'll get something.
Is it too early for flapjacks?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say something random.
Well, you know these people.
Hey!
They could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that.
They could have been
Dude,
somewhere else.
watch us on the YouTubes, man. It's good shit, and it's entertaining, and people like it. So go there, and watch it, and see our beautiful faces.
Watch it.
And you can touch yourself while you watch. That's fine.
No one's gonna judge you.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm encouraging.
We
it.
won't judge you until you tell us about it, though.
Yeah.
So
Don't.
yeah,
come.
if you tell us,
do not come.
if you tell us, I'm gonna make a
Please
joke
don't.
about it.
I mean,
Hey,
I
by the
want you
way,
to
if
tell
you're
me.
listening to this and you're wondering why did you post episode 308 twice, it's called a mistake. So I just posted episode 307, so go back and listen to it. Have
in
fun.
the
And if
pre-show.
you're listening to it, you can still touch yourself.
Just let drunk people get married.
Coming in
But
handy.
for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
That's a podcast.
Hey, go Ducks!
Hey, go Ducks.
Hey, check
Go
out this
Ducks,
American
bada bing,
flag
bada
on my,
boom.
my work shirt. It's green, and I'm like, "Go Ducks, America!"
I got
Yeah,
a
go
flag.
Ducks. Go Ducks America.
I got a 33 star flag right there.
Yeah.
Oregon is the 33rd state,
I got a
baby.
story. Oh,
I found-
Jake, I got you a present.
Why?
25 cents is why. That's why.
He doesn't say ho ho ho. He says hose hose hose.
Ho, ho, ho. He talks like Tracy Morgan. It's Tracy Morgan Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
Make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.